Hey, Kev, it's time to record a new Smodcast.
Fuck off. I'm listening to one of the other great shows on the Smodcast Podcast Network. Scott?
There's so many to choose from.
You damn skippy, there's so many to choose from. I'm on 5 every week myself, man.
Hollywood Babylon on Monday, Smodcast with you on Tuesday, Jay and Silent Bob Get Old on Wednesday with Jay Muse, Fat Man on Batman every Thursday, and then I wrap up the week with Edumacation with Andy McElfresh.
There's so many to choose from.
Hell yeah, son, and those aren't the only podcasts. Those are just the ones I'm involved with. What about the podcasts of Smodco that don't feature me, man? Like Tell 'em Steve Dave, Last Week on Earth with Ben Glebe, I Sell Comics with Ming and Mike.
There's so many to choose from.
Hey, man, there's also Film School Fridays or Netheads or Get Up on This, Team Jack.
There's so many to choose from.
The Breaks, man, Waking from the American Dream, Bagged and Boarded, Phoebe, Soundbite Nation. These are all the shows you could be listening to over at smodcast.com, Scott.
There's so many to choose from.
And if audio's not enough for you, man, if you're just like, no, I want the thick dick of video as well, man, well, you can go to our YouTube channel, which is C-Smod, or you can watch Comic Book Men, our show on AMC, following The Walking Dead and The Talking Dead every Sunday night.
There's so many to choose from.
That's right, Scott. There are so many to choose from. So get choosing, kids. Go to smodcast.com. Start getting picky, man. Stick these sweet, sweet oral sounds into your ear pussies.
There's so many to choose from.
You said that already.
There's so many to choose from.
Hey, little one, what are you up to?
The food?
Where have you been? We haven't done a commercial in a while. What have you been? What have you been?
Come.
You been putting makeup on?
Yeah.
What else?
A party?
You been going to parties?
Yes, all the time.
All the time? And what else? Have you been watching Hulu Plus?
Yeah, Hulu Plus.
You have?
Yep.
Well, of course you have. Because it's a great service, right?
Yep.
Only $7.99, plus you get 2 weeks for free if you use huluplus.com/TESD, right? And then $7.99 a month, and you can catch up on all your shows, binge on old favorites. Yeah? TESD?
Yeah.
Those are your 4 favorite letters in the whole alphabet?
Yep.
You sound sick. Are you sick?
A little bit.
A little bit. I can't believe...
Not that much.
Not that much? I can't believe you're weathering the storm. I was able to rouse you from your bed in your chicken soup and get you to come to work. You're a hard worker. You've got a good work ethic. Do you know that?
Yes.
I thought so.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah, I'm nice to you too. I love you. You're my best friend. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So when you're sick, like you are, sometimes you want to just sit home and watch huluplus.com.
Yeah.
And a good way to do that is to first sign up, and then you can watch episodes like Lost and Law & Order, SUV, Doctor Who, Community, and know what? You know what I like to watch? Raising Hope. That's what I'm catching up on. Raising Hope. That's a good one. Do you like Raising Hope?
Maybe.
Yeah, you never watch it with me, do you?
No.
That's okay. You got your own thing. Plus, they have exclusive content. So you can't go wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
Nothing better than exclusive. It means that there's outsiders, outcasts, people that aren't as good as you. And is there anything better than shunning other people, making them feel not as good as you feel? It's the best, right?
Yeah.
I know. Are you getting tired?
No.
You sleepy?
No.
Not going tonight?
No.
Okay. How about...
I want to be.
You want to watch TV?
Yeah.
You want to watch huluplus.com?
Yep.
All right. Let's go sign up right now.
Yes,
That's only going to cost us $7.99.
Yeah.
And get 2 weeks for free. huluplus.com/TESD.
Good.
Do it now, baby.
Good.
Cuckoo head. I'll knock you out. Keychain sales all dried up. You guys sell too much DVD. who's willing to give me an enema?
Like someone's rubbing it like manically.
Right.
Like they're just rubbing it and rubbing it and rubbing it and rubbing it for over 60 minutes. Tell him, Steve Dave.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave with BQ, with WF, and with me, Bizzle Jizzle.
Bizzle Jizzle.
Well, Bizzle. Justin Bieber. He changed his name.
Did he?
How are you not aware of this?
I don't give a fuck, dude. What did he change it legally, or he's just like?
No, I think he's just going, but you know how like P. Diddy changed his name and Snoop Dogg is now Snoop Lion.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be Bizzle from now on.
Well, good luck with that, Justin. Bizzle, you know, hey man, I wish the best for him.
Not everybody can pull it off, right?
He can't pull it off.
I don't know. With his,
Floating?
I mean, he's got to be, right? After the last year or so of stuff that's been going on with him, pissing in janitors' buckets and throwing eggs at people, and
Yeah, I think there
changes
may
his
be
name to Bizzle.
a bit of an implosion going on.
What is it? Like, what is it that people can't handle? Like, we had rather unexceptional teenage years. We weren't part of a singing group or we didn't have much notoriety. What is it when you're a Justin Bieber or any? I mean, you see like Lindsay Lohan, Britney Spears, Demi Lovato, all these like child stars. Shirley Temple Black, God rest her soul.
I've always maintained, I've gotten shit from you in the past, and in the early years of Tell 'em Steve Dave, where I didn't give a lot of young people leeway, and you were like, oh, you think you never were a kid, and you like to think you're the same maturation now as you were when you were 15.
Okay, I maintain that.
And so your argument would be, it's impossible, near impossible, not almost impossible, not impossible for anybody that young to get that much power, that much fame, that much money that quickly and not have it end badly or you know, suffer some sort of mental crisis.
Well, no, I think it's wait. What are you saying? No, I think it's probable. I'm just saying what is it? Like, what makes
because
it
it's
happen?
hard. It's hard to handle that kind of success, that kind of fame, that kind of money. Just when you have nothing, all of a sudden you have everything.
Because you're not talking about somebody who's like, wow, like I got good notice in the school paper for my my portrayal as so and so in the school play or whatever. You're talking about like, hey, my mom put me on YouTube, and now I'm one of the biggest names in the country, in the world.
I mean,
Biggest Twitter following.
I think it's just it has to happen. Most cannot handle that kind of.
I mean, he's acting. He's a
There's always a
19-year-old
rebellious
kid. He's 19 to 20.
He's a man.
He is acting the exact same way I would act at this age with that amount of money and popularity.
You'd race your Lambo around? Your rented Lambo?
God, fuck the law. Absolutely.
You'd change your name to Bizzle
I
Quizzle?
would do all sorts of weird
Well,
shit.
you haven't done anything, before you were Bryan.
Oh, he's an old man. He's so full of shit now. You give him $1 billion, he'd sit home.
What?
I don't make much money, and I'm on True TV. This is Justin Bieber.
But it's still it's a far cry from the hard life and the hard years before that, though.
I actually enjoyed the hard years more than I enjoy these years.
Well, there's always argue like you can go right back to that if you really wanted to, though.
No, I know I have that argument with myself all the time. I'm not ruling that out. I didn't say I wasn't. I have that argument constantly. I tell you what, if it wasn't for the other three guys, I would have went back already.
Your loyalty to the other three guys?
Responsibility.
Yeah, loyalty, responsibility.
I would have went back already. Yeah, without a doubt. Nobody wants to hear that, Walt.
Yeah, because I think people are like, this is what you worked for, then you got it, and now you want to turn around and...
We're writing a book, right? I told you guys that. We're writing a book for HarperCollins based on the show, and we all handed in our chapters, and mine came back with notes saying Well, what do you got? Something just
Right,
sparked.
something different.
Mike showed me an article that you wrote, that the Impractical Jokers wrote, or you wrote for something about Fox Sports or something. I was stunned at what you opened up with.
What do you mean?
Bitching and complaining that you're like, no one ever told me it was going to be this hard. And I'm like, this is about sports?
Oh, no, really?
Like,
Well, it's not about
I was
sports.
shocked that you opened up with like you were just really just having a moan. Like really harsh having a moan. And
Now you sound like my editor at the fucking book, at the book thing.
Mike showed it to me, and I was wondering why he showed it to me, because I was like, was this the first pass? I go, why?
Well, no. That led to a joke, though. That led into that was a wind up. That stuff. Did you read the whole thing?
I did. I don't. All that really stuck with me was just like that. I think it was like 15 paragraphs before he got to the joke of just complaining.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
It was like an afterword.
By the time I got to the joke,
By the way,
I was
knock, knock. That was an elaborate wind up.
But that you've gotten some feedback from your editors that
What
you
they
may
said
be a little
was,
bit too negative.
They were like, look, like people who buy this book like the show.
Yeah, they don't want to hear that you don't like it.
It wasn't that I don't like it, but they were just like, you don't want to take down the illusion. They enjoy it because it makes them feel a certain way, and and they have certain feelings about you guys and you don't want to ruin that for them, do you? And I was like, oh,
do you?
Hugh, I sit in the same position that you are in.
yeah.
People, I hear some, and I get emails from people going, "You've got to record on Free Comic Book Day."
Right.
We cannot do it, man. Not if I'm still on Comic Book Man, because if I was to take down the industry's quote unquote day, and I'm on a show promoting comic books, I think that I would be looked at upon. I mean, of the douches of douches.
Yeah. Well, just like you're looking at me now about the Fox Sports interview.
Yeah, I don't want to sit where you're sitting.
Douche of douches.
But that's why we're never going to have a mic on Free Comic Book Day. And also I took some harsh criticism from that episode, that nobody knows about because I don't complain about it openly. But I will not record on Free Comic Book Day, no matter how much it pisses me off.
Really?
Yeah. It's probably smart.
Yeah.
I did see people calling you on cosplay too because of the, because that's, the same as. Well, Bizzle here, Q. He's gonna be a rapper.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
He's got the cred for it, sure.
Well, people may ask, what's in a name? Bizzle is clearly a nod to rap music. And there's a picture of him hanging out with T.I., P. Diddy. So these guys they're looking at him and not saying like, well, he definitely has the street cred. They're looking at him and saying
he's starting to garner it, though. You can't argue that. Racing, pissing.
It has to be more.
Ratty and entitled.
Yeah.
That's not real street
Why?
cred.
Why?
Because you do that shit before you're rich and famous. If you are broke ass living in the ghetto and you're still, and then
Is this a rap?
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm talking like P. Diddy. If you are broke ass motherfucker, and then you steal a Lamborghini and drive it around Miami and have your friend, that's fucking gangster. But if you
if you have money to cut, but if you have money to hush up money, or not even hush up money, but you have money to get out of jams,
that's right.
It's not as dangerous.
Not at all.
Who makes these rules?
Me. I make these rules.
Yeah, like his most serious crime right now is something that loads of people do every mischief night, like throwing eggs at his neighbor's house. Although they said it caused an estimated $20,000 in damage. But who is the new audience like? Because these girls, I mean, traditionally, right? You have New Kids on the Block. You have NSYNC, 98 Degrees, Backstreet Boys, Justin Bieber. It's for a certain age range of girls, right? And then once those girls grow out of that, within 4 or 5 years, they're not really going to follow them too much unless it's for nostalgic purposes, like
proves that you can carry.
You can. Mm-hmm.
Sure.
But
you definitely
Justin
can.
Timberlake, there's a Sean Cassidy, there's a Leif Garrett.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's
a Joey Fatone who's slumming on True TV with the Jokers. He was actually pretty good.
He was good.
Yeah,
he's a good guy. He's got the confidence that comes with being in one of the biggest bands of all time. But he's doing all right. He's got his own TV show. He's got a cooking show
Oh yeah.
on some channel. Yeah, he's doing fine. That guy.
But he's not going to bring along these girls to his rap career. So like, who is the?
There'll be some that follow over. There'll be some that are not interested in his rap music, but I'm sure there's some that are just such blind, loyal
Oh, they're there for sure.
followers that they'll buy his album, his rap album, as you know. And then when he's done with this identity, what's it, Bizzle?
It's Bizzle.
He can go back to being Bieber and singing, you know, maybe, I don't know, what kind of songs did he sing before he was a rapper? Was it more like love songs?
I think it was like, Baby, I Wish You Were My Girlfriend.
Just a bubblegum rock?
Yeah.
I don't know. Didn't he branch out? I don't know.
Has he?
I don't care. I don't know why we're this guy.
Bizzle.
Bizzle. We have more important things to talk about. How the fuck have we been recording for 10 minutes? We haven't talked about the Claymation movie yet.
I'm trying to figure out how to work Bizzle into it.
I'm sure Mr. Oz will work him into it somewhere, possibly getting beheaded or.
Mr. Oz,
Can we
the
get that, Declan,
claymation
can we get
guy.
a breaking news that what's that, the break-in?
With like the radio tower on top of the earth.
Yeah. Declan, can you get that sound effect?
Breaking news, me boys.
Have you heard Off the Wire?
Go ahead, Q, what is it?
We have launched a new. Did you guys see the trailer for this yet?
I have not.
You have not. Did you see the trailer for this?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay, great.
I couldn't watch it. Mr. Oz sent it to me, and
Right.
Dropbox and my computer don't seem to.
Okay. We're making a claymation movie.
A feature.
Feature, at least 60 minutes.
Inspired by the great gods of claymation, Rankin and Bass.
That's right.
Tell him Steve Dave is going bass.
That's right. And this is new.
Bass crazy.
Going bass out.
We're doing it bass backwards. We're scripting it and we're voice acting it. This isn't just episodes of the show.
This is all original content.
All original content.
All your favorite Tell him Steve Dave, lesser known
Right.
characters will be popping up.
That's right. And some of your more well-known but less beloved characters will be popping up as well. But we have an all-star cast lined up. Sunday Jeff, Declan, the three of us. You know, we'll see who else we can round up.
And certain listeners.
Ming, Mike is on board.
Yeah. Stacy has said she will record a laugh for use somewhere in it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so she'll be on. And we launched the Kickstarter. Just go to Kickstarter. It's Tell 'em Steve Dave Clay Animation. And I put a link on my Twitter, which is at BQ Quinn. I'm sure at Tell 'em Steve Dave later today we'll have it up, right, BJ?
Wait, what?
Right.
One more time. Sorry, I was looking at something.
You'll retweet the link later.
I will. Yes.
All right, great. And I only put one tweet out about 10 minutes ago, and we already have over $3,000 worth of backers.
Wow.
We're well on the way.
Yes. And there
Which
are.
is pretty awesome. I mean,
Oh, it's fucking great.
the listeners have always been so super supportive.
You're really excited about this more than anything. Brian got up and walked away. That's what the confusion was there.
I am super excited. Like I said, man, I've always loved clay animation. I've always been fascinated by the look of it.
Right.
And my goal here was to create the most TSD centric. Like nobody watching this is going to understand any of it unless you're a hardcore Tom Steve Dave fan. There's going to be so many in jokes, so many Easter eggs.
Well, let's put it this way. Q, you wrote 2 pages.
Yeah.
You gave them to Walt. Walt gave you notes for little in-jokes. Mm-hmm. I went and polished those 2 pages, and he gave me more in-jokes.
Right.
Yes. The in jokes.
Did you add in the in jokes that he wanted?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean that's my goal is to make. I want it to touch your T spot, your TSD spot. If you're a TSD listener, like I want it to be like someone's rubbing it like manically, like they're just rubbing it and rubbing it and rubbing it and rubbing it for over 60 minutes of clay animation, orgasmic delight.
So it's an irritation beyond fucking human belief.
Like you got to turn it off because you're going to be spent.
You're gonna be. What happened to you when you had that orgasm that one time?
You're gonna have an
saw
out of
yourself as
body
a child?
experience. You may be transported through a time tunnel, and you may if I have my way, you will.
Right.
You will see yourself as a child being held
Right.
by a faceless, loving one of us. One of us three will be holding you
But made of clay.
out of clay.
Right.
And rubbing your T-spot.
I'll be rubbing your T-spot.
Your infantile T-spot.
Like a lunatic, wild-eyed and crazy. You look down and you'll see my face.
Are you coming? Are you coming?
It is not worth back in queue.
If that's not, I just donated $5,000. Here's the deal: we need to raise $25,000.
It's a lot, man.
It's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
It's a lot of money, and it's going to take a little while for this thing to get made. We have Mr.
And it's not like a grand is going into this movie and then the other 24 is being spent. That was my idea. That's what I wanted to do.
We had to squash that.
Yeah, real quick.
Brian pulled up in a Mercedes when he knew something was amiss.
Call me Bizzle.
So enter Mr. Oz, who
we met.
Right, you guys
Actually, we met Mr. Oz, who's going to be our animator, at the Baltimore Comic-Con while filming Comic Book Man during the Cryptozoic Man episode. And he had a table across from us, and he had this TV playing on a loop of this really bizarre, very violent. I'm not into violence so much as Mr. Oz is, but Mr. Oz seems like like he needs to get another hobby besides clay animation.
Right.
But that's good for us. Find that hobby after you're done making the Tell 'em Steve Dave animation. But I was really impressed with his work, and I was inspired by that, watching that loop over and over again that weekend. That talked to Mr. Oz. And I told him I thought he has no idea what Tom Steve Dave is. He's coming from another place like Thorn, who made the Puppet DVD, which you can get if you go to TomSteveDave.com. I think you get a link to the Puppet Theater. But like Thorn came into it as a listener, and he dug the show.
Yeah.
Mr. Oz comes from an angle of he doesn't even know what Tom Steve Dave is.
Right.
So we'll see. Which is the better angle to come from here.
Well, I will tell you what.
He might be usurped, Thornton. That's what we're trying to say.
Or you may or may not. I mean, that remains to be seen.
He does. I'll tell you what he does have is a staggering love of claymation.
Yeah.
So he's.
I thought he was ranking in Bass as a legitimate child.
Yeah. He's also. I mean, I think we should just say because there's no way.
Side, like one of those huge hydrocephalic heads. It's like Island of Misfit toys and shit.
Rankin and Bass were two different people, right? They were. Two different guys. If they had a child, it wouldn't have to necessarily be deformed.
Two guys? Well, I mean, they would have to adopt it, I guess. I mean, that would be my guess.
I mean,
in the world of clay, anything's possible.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no way around this. And I mean this in the most loving way. He's crazy, Mr. Oz, a little bit.
He's a little eccentric.
Yeah.
Which is always good in art, right?
Yeah. It's good in art, and it's good for us because it matches us.
What was that painter who cut his ear off?
Van Gogh.
He was a little eccentric.
Sure.
He created masterpieces.
Yeah.
Mr. Oz is vowed by production's end to cut off an appendage.
That's right.
Yeah, not just an ear. It's going to be something, because you got a second ear. It's going to be something major. He's going to castrate himself.
And we'll get that on camera for one of the extras.
The extras, yeah. It's a hidden egg where he castrates himself. Not even chemically.
Under pressure by us.
You hear us prodding him off camera.
Off camera.
Do it.
You want to make a name for yourself? You want to be a nobody? Continue to be a nobody, I mean?
Well, what do you think? Why did it slow down the claymation craze?
The world of claymation? Why did it slow down? Why? What do you mean it slowed down?
Yeah, I mean,
what makes you say that?
You don't see nearly. I mean, I know that we've given it the goose in the ass that it's needed for many years.
Why are we dabbling in a dead art?
I think we might be.
Vinyl, right?
Yeah, we reinvigorated vinyl.
What makes you say that?
What was the last claymation type movie that?
Bro, everything you see now is all inspired by the world of claymation. All that Toy Story bullshit is all inspired by the works of Rankin and Bass. It just looks a little bit different now because it's all CGI and it's, that. that three-dimensional look to it.
With the look in your eyes, as you think
You're pissing me off.
Yeah, I know. Like I feel like I need to bring a taser to the table, just in case. Me and Mr. Oz won't have it.
I don't. Yeah, but you don't really.
But like those Christmas specials, like I enjoyed them. I love them. I like them too.
It's super expensive to do now.
Oh, that's
super
it.
Expensive to do, and if you do anything that looks like the Rankin and Bass look, you're really doing it now. It's almost all computer, but not Mr. Oz. He does it the old-fashioned way. He does it like your father's father would have made Claymation. If your father's father made Claymation,
right?
The level to voice the secondary character is sold out already.
Oh wow!
Well, all right. So
I feel bad for people.
Wow! And 2 of the clay puppets. Here's what happens: is we set up tiers, right? And the first one is obviously for United States people, $25. You get a DVD shipped to you. $35 is international. You get the DVD shipped to you. $50. You get the DVD plus a copy of the script page of a random script page that we
signed by everyone.
$100 or more, you get. Oh, that is it. No, $100 more, you get a DVD plus a hand drawn and colored character sheet. That's all you, Walt.
That's
right?
me. It's me. How many of them?
We did 25 of them. 6 are already gone.
Okay.
Off of one tweet.
Okay.
For $200 or more, and I'm sorry to say this to everybody listening, this is why you got to follow us on Twitter. For $200 more, you get the DVD, plus you get to voice a secondary character of our choosing.
They're all gone.
All gone. Gone in seconds.
Well, I can tell you right now, Mike doesn't have a spot. Open up for one more then.
Yeah, neither does Declan.
And for $300 a month, because what we tried to do here is make good. We don't want lame. We look at a lot of Kickstarters. We see a lot of lame stuff. Get a credit on my movie.
Give us $1 and put a smile on our face.
Yeah, it's like just stupid shit like that. We wanted to give you guys something that would actually matter. So for $300 or more, which is we also didn't want to beat you over the head and steal your wallet.
No, we don't want to do that. We respect everybody too much. We want to. I am.
Like Sunday Jeff,
always,
respect your money.
I always want to give more than I receive. I try. I don't though. I'll fail at that because the listeners always give more than I could give back. But
Right.
I'll always make the effort. That's what the 4 pods.
Right.
Cryptozoic Man was, and so touched, so moved by
Unwavering tolerance.
what's it called when you are by the outpouring of support and that's what we're trying to do here. Always give you something. We never want something for nothing.
Right.
We always want to with all these tiers, you're getting something that you're really going to dig, and that's what's always been our motto.
The top tier possible, the last tier I'll tell you, is for $300 or more, you get a screen-used clay puppet of a character from the movie. An actual screen-used one.
That's pretty cool.
Can you imagine getting a Pop of Blood one?
Right.
Ooh.
And there's probably going to be a couple Pop of Blood puppets that they're going to
Because he said that they tend to dry out and they'll fall apart if you use them too much.
Right.
So he'll use them to a certain point where there's, it doesn't look like a pile of dry clay, and that'll be yours to.
And then this one, I don't know what you put. Like, I know people may be wondering, is this 100% Christmas?
Oh no, I said it's based on. I never said it was Christmas. No, it's a holiday themed thing, but not necessarily the end of the year holidays.
Like, so if you're not into Christmas, you know, you don't worry because there'll be other holidays that we're going to touch upon here.
Right.
Well, let me tell you. The other day I was talking to Q. Sunday it was. Right, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sunday, I got up in the morning and I was exhilarated. I was ready to go, and I sat down. I started researching my my holidays to because we decided it wasn't going to be Christmas centric.
Christmas is a huge part of it, but it's not the only.
It's a big part of it, yeah. But I found some other pretty good holidays.
And you needed to be energized to fucking remember the other holidays on the calendar?
Oh, no, these are not holidays that, it's not going to be like your average holiday. It's not like 4th of July and Thanksgiving. These are more obscure holidays that we're celebrating, right? Isn't that what we talked about?
Not, but
we didn't shoot it yet, right? We can still change our mind.
All right, name one of these holidays that you discovered.
There was actually I'll throw one out there for you, and I'll let the listeners guess as to what direction this is going to go. National Tap Dance Day.
Ooh. That's a Tell 'em Steve Dave in joke right there.
That's good.
Draw your own conclusions. And then I'll get into it later, but then I also told Q what happened after I was in my invigorated state. I think I got too excited and something awful happened. But we can.
But we're still going to touch upon some of the other major holidays too.
Oh yeah.
We're not going to in an effort to go too
obscure and weird.
Too, trying to be too cute.
Right, too pretentious. No.
That's what Tell 'em Steve Dave's never been pretentious.
No,
if anything.
We know what we are.
All right, so Q, that's the Kickstarter, right?
Kickstarter.
And that's going to run till when?
21 days, to March 5th.
March 5th. So you got to March 5th.
Listen, don't be like the people with the vinyl cast who to this day just are upset.
You see how much that vinyl cast goes for.
Yeah. Just
goes
get on
big
board.
Bucks
man.
on the aftermarket.
Yeah. It's going to take a while, but we'll get there. You want to hear some comments? People have left 6 comments already on our Kickstarter.
Yeah, let's hear them.
The $35 pledge, that's for UK international ants, right?
The rest of the world.
Okay.
Anywhere but America is 35.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Somebody,
I'm getting a buzz here, Q.
The very first comment that we got, very first one, obligatory fuck Ming comment. So people are on board already.
I'm a backer of backing that. I don't need a Kickstarter to tell me to get behind that.
Yeah, that's ongoing.
Ian Pullum says, bought both previous TEST projects. If this is done with the same love and care, it'll be great.
It's going to be done with more, I think.
Oh, yeah.
This is a higher production value. Well, I shouldn't say that because that puppet one is stunning. That's Scorsese in puppets right there.
Yeah, I mean, but you only get better as you go along. So this time,
Yeah,
and like you said, it's all original material, so it's much, much different.
It's going to be high quality, just like anything else we've done.
A lot of
Whoa.
fun.
Look who we got here. Hello, Stacy Patella, action.
There she is.
Do you think that the listeners take their cues from the show and give Ming more shit than he ever would any other? If we had never done that,
100%, absolutely.
Yeah,
Without a doubt.
Do you think it's gone too far?
No, I mean he's not hurt. He hasn't been hurt, right?
How do you know?
Like physically?
How do you know emotionally?
Oh, I don't know. I would never be able to tell. Never.
I don't think so either. I don't think you can be hurt emotionally.
You need to have emotions too.
Why do you ask?
Because I did this. I'm doing a bit. I'm trying to get a segment together, not a bit, but
Is this the survey question?
Yes, the survey question.
When everyone was basically like the most boring thing, and it's like anything Megan and Mike talk about.
Yeah, I was looking for. We did Declan helped me out with a survey queue.
Okay.
About I was looking for boring topics because my bit was going to be, or my segment I wanted to do in an effort to impress the powers that be, who may dole out awards at the end of the year. Awards for best podcasting.
I got it. Yeah.
I would show them. I'd be like, look, we just took the 5 universally voted, agreed upon topics that are most boring topics in the world to talk about, and put them through a TESD filter and made them interesting.
Oh wow! Whoa, nice.
All right,
that's cool.
So I did this poll, and I got these poll results.
Okay,
and I was stunned at the level of not hatred, but just disgust,
disdain,
contempt
for Ming. I wonder, are they just following the lead pack, the dog, the head of the lead pack? Or does that just trickle down effect from us taking that stance?
My feeling is that he would be universally ignored if we didn't point out how fucking annoying he is.
That's more insulting than actually making a crack about him. No.
He'd be invisible if it weren't for us. He's lucky that people hate him.
So you guys want to try that? You guys want? I mean, after we're done with the Kickstarter, you want to try? You want to try to woo the potential judges and the potential people who may look upon when at the end of the year when it comes time to to decide who well, hey, look, this podcast out in Jersey, They did a whole show on the most boring topics.
They talked about Ming Chen for an hour.
No, it's a varying topic. It's not just one topic.
All right, I'm in.
Want to give that a roll?
I love the channel.
All right, well, let's finish up the this hour long.
A lot of people are asking, can we get any more voice things on there?
That could happen, right? Can we?
I don't know if we
can
can.
we
You have to
go?
look
Can we
into
go
it.
back in and on the fly and do some changes if we need to add more voice tiers? We can check.
All right.
Plus, it's also like we don't want to like we're writing, like I said, we're writing it all original material, so we want to make sure that we're not just writing shit in unnecessarily. And we're not going to put you like in a crowd scene. We don't want to do that either.
Well,
where it's like
there's
people
so much
cheering.
potential though, like maybe like at the end, maybe like how B-roll, like when they do like
Like outtakes. And shit.
outtakes and stuff. Maybe we just do 100 new voice tiers of just saying just horrible things about Ming. and the clay face will be your face if you donate a certain amount.
My God, we'd be richer than Bizzle.
You know, like you ever hear that, like that boop boop boop, and then you just that thing
Yeah.
it goes 4, 5, or 3,
Yeah.
and then it just like it's the scratchiness, and then all of a sudden it's just like face after face, a clay face, and you voice. Maybe some thoughts on Ming and his...
Yeah, a sentence or two about Ming.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to say, no matter how inflammatory.
No matter how evil or racist you want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. We'll look into it.
it.
We purposely kept it low because we didn't want to. We definitely don't want to look like we're doing a money grab or
No.
you know what I mean. We kept it low, but I mean I didn't realize interest.
There's some, that's so cute. There's been some feedback already that I've heard and felt that people are tired of us trying to make a buck here on different projects, and it's just
Somebody
just
said
stick
that?
to the pod. Please just stick to the free pod.
You're talking about
Tired
the guy
of
that I
being
talked
hammered
to?
over the head. What?
You're talking about the guy that I talked to?
No.
Oh, somebody else,
Somebody else reached out with an
Mike
intelligent,
Jacek?
Save some for the rest of us.
email.
What about keychain?
Keychain sales all dried up. You guys sell too much DVD.
Someone saying that like it started out as a free pod and now you're just looking to try to make a buck any which way you can.
This
And they're
comment
upset
came
by
from
this.
Russia, no doubt. Communist fuck.
No. I mean, it came from a listener who's listened for a while, and they're just tired of it.
But we don't really make any money off this stuff.
Well, let's not lie. We make some money off of it. But here's the thing. It's so infrequent. Like, and I don't understand. Like, here's the thing. Like, the pod is always there. You don't have to buy anything. We would never hold it against anyone for not buying something. It's there if you want it. And it's like something we like, what are we supposed to do? Go to our grave and be like, well, at least we didn't fucking do something that we wanted to do.
I agree. That's the point right there. It's like, why, if the opportunity is there, if the interest level is there, why not do it?
Why
You know,
would we make?
I'd love to hear the argument of why we shouldn't do it. Unless of course we don't meet the tier, then that speaks
It's a
for
pretty
itself.
strong argument.
Case closed. I'll shut my mouth. We'll never talk about it again if
but it's just
the
like-
tier isn't met.
We did. When did we do the vinyl cast? In 2012.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
People have been clamoring for a follow up to that, and we haven't done it because we just trying to space things out and make things.
Well, we just hammered him with the Seaman. We hammered him with the Christmas pod. So we have. Well, let's be upfront. I mean, there have been some pay projects that have come down the pike in the last couple months. In a 6-month, half-year period, there have been more pay projects than ever before.
Now, if it were that way, but like we'd only done the pod like 4 times, 5 times, then I would be like, yeah, I understand why they'd be upset. But
Yes,
it's like,
have we built up enough goodwill? And in your opinion, have we built up enough goodwill to do this based on all the episodes, the 180 episodes?
with most people, I think yes. And
I think so, too.
And I think that if someone who this person who
And I'm not coming down on this person. I'm just saying he made the argument, and I'm sure if he's not just speaking for himself. I think there's probably other people who are like, I just want to hear him to make me laugh. I want to hear this half-hour commercial for this movie they want.
That's true. Because you know what? I'll tell you what. I've listened to Stern since 1985, And there were many times, like when he was doing his movie, I stopped listening because that's all
Private
he
parts?
talked about. Yeah, that's all he talked about. Just recently, they were doing a thing for his birthday party, which Sal went to, right?
Sal was there. Yeah.
How did he like it?
He said it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did he get in?
His friend won tickets and asked him to go with him.
Really?
And for weeks before that, like they would talk about it for like an hour. Now with us, maybe people are like, look, you only have an hour a week, so why do you keep, if I'm going to listen to this claymation shit for 25 minutes, it's like you guys used to like that. I totally understand. So yeah, maybe, but that would be the only argument, I think. That's the only argument you can make, is that if we dwell on it too much rather than talk about shit we used to talk about, just like.
All right, well, let's
We're talking about the business.
Let's talk about some boring shit then.
All right.
Oh, I got something for you. Remember, I told you, Q, I wanted to save it for the show.
Go ahead.
And it was right after my invigoration on Sunday.
This is where things went south after you invigorated?
Went real south. So this is
Q knows?
Q knows the basics. Yeah. And it's tough to talk about with my future wife, Stacey Patella, in the wings here. But I take certain medications that constipate.
How many medications are you on? Can you give us a board? Can we take a guess? A high-low? Can we do a high-low? Quick game of high-low?
Sure.
Me and Q will guess.
All right.
Stacey,
sure.
and we'll get maybe Mike and Mark. We'll play. This will be we'll all play for a listener.
Okay.
Give something back for free.
Let me
Let's take a quick break, and then we'll have a quick game of how many medications does Bryan take daily? High-low. All right.
Okay. So I'm not going to tell you about the. How far things went south before we play a game that my future wife, Stacey, created at my expense. And it's an over-under, Walt.
But I mean,
you're good at the sports bookie type stuff.
High-low, over-under, but we took a quick poll of everybody in the store at the moment we're recording, and we're going to play for listeners. For a vinyl cast. So we're giving away a vinyl cast. Q was you were shocked to hear we're going to give away a vinyl
they're
cast.
so rare.
Off mic, curmudgeonly as fuck.
I'm having a bad morning.
But I thought, in the spirit of giving and how we're asking people to donate for the Kickstarter today, I want to give back a little to to the listeners with a vinyl cast, the easiest vinyl cast they'll ever get. And James Cockrum from last week is going to play. I'm going to be his representative. James Cockrum won. Kylie Fisher is going to be Q. You're going to be paying for Kylie.
Is that a guy or a girl?
Could be. I don't know. Does it matter?
A little bit.
You won't give just an earnest answer if it's a dude?
I already gave my answer, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Butterwinks is going to be playing for Stacy. I think that's the lady or the person who does the cookies.
Butterwinks? Yeah, I believe you're right.
They're pretty damn impressive, the cookies.
Very. I bought I didn't buy it, but Suzanne bought it. It's like this spray, so that it was shellacked. Those cookies she made of me.
Oh yeah.
Mostly because Suzanne's like, you're fat enough. You don't need to eat these two. Keep something around the house.
At Borner Brothers will be playing for Mark, our web man at the stash. And Watson AMAC will be playing for Mike Zapsik of I Sell Comics.
Wow.
All right, Bryan? So the question is, who can come closest to the amount of prescribed prescriptions you take daily?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right off.
So I have the list right here. I'm looking at it.
Don't tell us the number.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you right now that I said the highest number out of all of us.
What'd you say?
24.
Q, you said the lowest number.
Yeah. Well, I have crumbs of faith in my boy. You know what I'm saying?
Is it? Well, I mean, is it a feeling of faith? I mean, faith, because it would be not. It's not. Shouldn't be.
Well,
frowned upon or
I'm a sick man.
Be taken or be taken as if he's any less because he has a lot of prescribed or.
Yeah, you're right. I stand corrected. You're right. I don't want to come off as curmudgeonly.
I mean, trying to rewards here, Q. Listeners and voters, maybe hopped up on who knows how many prescribed drugs.
Yeah.
We don't want to offend them.
Good point. Sorry. I don't know what I was thinking, guys. I forgot to take my medication this morning. It threw me off.
All right. Well, I want to give you want me to give the tallies before you toss the number?
Sure.
All right. Mike Zapsik of ISO Comics says you are on 5 prescribed prescriptions.
Okay.
Mark of Secret Stash Web Department fame, he says 6.
Okay.
Stacy needed a clarification.
Right.
She just wanted to know how many drugs you take daily.
Right. She's like he drinks Pine Sol and eats chlorine pellets out of people's pools, that kind of shit.
I saw a whole bunch of bottles of Raid in the back of his car. I don't know what he's doing with them.
Putting spray paint into socks and huffing it.
She said 4.
Okay.
Q said 3. I said 7.
7,
Wow.
huh?
Yeah, I said 7. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know what 7 just came to me like. In just popped in my head right away.
Right.
But tell us.
Okay. You ready?
What's the name of your doctor? Can you say on air?
They're prescribed by a couple different ones.
Oh, okay. Dr. Feelgood, we'll just say. Dr. Feelgood
I wish fucking.
has prescribed to Bryan Lee Johnson.
Dr. Feel Below Average. It's a grand total of 6.
6.
Yep.
Mark
1.
Mark 1. And so Mark also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He would be Borner Frothers. Can you
Borner Frothers, huh?
Borner Frothers. Tell him to contact. Call the stash.
Okay, so all right. So the prescriptions were. Are you ready, Walt?
Yeah.
Adderall.
Okay.
That's for ADD. Norvasc. That's for high blood pressure. Mm-hmm. Protonix.
Okay.
That's for that acid reflux shit.
Right.
Ferrix something or other. It's iron, basically. Brintellix, that's a antidepressant, and Soma, which is a muscle relaxer.
Here you go, dude.
Which I think I may trade, and I may slow down on, like maybe not take as much as prescribed, because I think that could have been the problem behind Sunday's issue. Walt,
yeah, what happened?
Which was many times I'll go in the bathroom and have a little bit of an issue. It was actually much more prevalent when I was taking painkillers. You get constipated, right?
Are you listening, Stacey?
Yeah. Okay. It's going to turn you on, girl. You're going to like this. So I went in at 10 after 11. I remember looking at the clock for whatever reason. I think Sage wanted me to put something in the oven for her. She's obsessed with bagel bites lately. So I put them in, and I sit down on the toilet. And I'm waiting. And normally, like, it's within 10 minutes or so.
10 minutes? That's a long time.
Yeah, but I mean, because I don't like probably
fall asleep.
Yeah, a lot of times I'll like fall asleep and nearly drown in the toilet. I'll hit my head. There's someone there to stitch me up at all times. But this was exceptionally. There was a serious problem. So what can you do? Like once you sit down, and you're like, well, the turtle is poking his head, or you're like you're in the act, right, of excretion. What are you supposed to do? You can't just get up and walk away. So
you have to get up and walk away because the bagel bites are done.
Yeah. Sage is like, I don't care if you're fucking got a turtle head poking out of your ass.
Suzanne get the bagel bites?
No, I'm saying like I don't want to sit on the toilet all day. So there's not much you can do until nature takes its course. But if nature isn't going to take its course, what does one do? So call that to Suzanne. I know that this is a while back we had suppositories in the house. Now, I haven't had a suppository since I was a kid, right? Little, but it's like it was small. It was like I don't know, like maybe a half inch, maybe an inch. And it looked like a pencil point almost, right? And the idea is you stick it up your butt, and it softens up stuff up like within a half hour or so, and then you have a nice movement. So go to put it in.
Oh, this is
Why'd you tell
horrible.
Q this for?
He
I didn't tell him.
this.
I didn't tell him. This is what killed my energy for the
I
day.
was on the phone with him while he was putting it in.
Yeah, I'm like, talk me off. I ruined the bagel bites. But the thing is, it's like...
I wouldn't want to be eating the bagel bites served by you after all this going on.
No, it was fucking vile. And the thing is, it's like, since you're right there, this suppository keeps popping back out. So you're supposed to push it in like fairly deep, right? It kept popping out. So finally I get it in for 30 minutes. It's uncomfortable. Nothing happens. Do it again. Second one, another 30 minutes and nothing happens. So I'm at the point now where I'm like, well, what else can I do except look around, take stock of the people in my life and say, who's willing to give me an enema? So that's what I wonder. Do you have somebody in your life, Q? You absolutely need an enema. No doubt about it.
He has enema money, though.
Yeah.
He has enema money. If he needs an enema, he can just make a call and,
Somebody comes over and gives it, like he puts it on Craigslist.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's what I hired a personal assistant for. Right in there.
Now, this is, again, something I remember once getting an enema when I was like 5 years old, like very, very young. But there's just no way anything is happening. So, Pam went and bought it for me because I'm in that. What is that noise? What is that music?
I think they turned on the music over there. I'll grab it.
Okay. Pam went and bought it for me because, I can't go to the store. She brings it down, and you look at the side of the box, and there's two positions in which it can be administered. One, you basically look like Kate Winslet in Titanic, like when he's drawn her, when she has that necklace on. You're like laying on your side with your arm under your head and shit. And then the other is like on all fours with your head down on the ground and your ass up, like face down, ass up. Right, Walt?
Right.
Okay.
Wait, your mother did this for you?
No. So
I was going to say, is there any wonder why he has mommy issues?
So I have to pick the ladder. Because the side one just like, I wasn't sure I would be able to get up on time because they say it's supposed to produce a movement within 1 to 5 minutes.
Ooh.
The enema, right? It's vile and disgusting.
Right.
It's one of those times that I'm like, I hate being like, I hate needing to eat and do like you do normal human functions, So I got to call in. Do you have anyone? You never actually did answer?
I think
you got somebody. What about you, Walt? You got somebody you can call in?
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take that back. I'm gonna say I'd have to go to a professional.
You have to like go to the doctor.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have anybody that I know.
What doctor would do that?
No, they have places. They have like centers.
Oh, where you can go, like a colonic?
Yeah.
Do they do that though? If like you're.
Well, I'm not gonna tell them.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna.
They're gonna find out.
They're gonna find out the hard way, but by then it's all over. So.
Mm-hmm.
No, because look, you can't ask. To me, it's just like I wouldn't even ask my wife to do it because I'm just like. You can't.
For better or for worse.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Till death do you part.
That's why. No.
Regular or not.
I don't think that somebody could give you an enema and then look at you the same way again.
No.
Why? Isn't that like one of those? Some weirdos get off on that stuff.
Oh, why are they weirdos? We're trying to win an award.
Well, there's like that guy. That guy.
Wait, hold on a second. Because the award show is given in San Francisco, and you're calling those people weirdos.
No, I'm not. You are.
You just said some weirdos.
That could be in your own backyard. It doesn't have to be in San Francisco.
Yeah, you could peek out, look out the window.
It could be somebody at this table.
People who decide upon the award live in San Francisco is what I'm saying.
Yeah, all right.
You gotta be careful. It's Enema City over there.
So you would go to a professional.
It's a return address. Enema City, USA.
One shithole lane. Enema City, USA. I would go to a professional, or I'd try and give it to myself. You can't give it to you?
It's impossible.
Could you hire like a sexy dominatrix to come over and give it to you?
I'm sure you probably could, yeah.
That's probably the way to go.
But I'll tell you what, in the moment, it's so painful because you have such cramps and shit that you're like, I don't need a sexy like there's nothing sexy about it.
Yeah,
there's nothing hot, you know.
Handy afterwards.
So I have to say to Suzanne.
Oh, poor Suzanne.
This is what, but she's like she doesn't get I mean, we've had discussions. she's, she's down the clown.
Yeah.
So, so you put a little bit of lubricant on the end of this thing, right?
All right.
And you put it in your butt, and you're supposed to squeeze most, if not all, the water in. Now, once the water goes in, what the way it felt before,
Right.
was like your best orgasm times 10, because now you've got a stomach full of water, like that lower bowel or intestine area full of fucking water. Q, I'm talking about enemas. Go over.
Take this one. This is about my car thing.
All right. And well, there's no interest on Walton. He doesn't want to hear this.
No.
Is this just going to fizzle?
No, I can tell it. Tell it to the listeners.
Yeah.
And then call us back.
Call everybody back to the table.
Yeah, just continue talking to the listeners and whoever's listening to this.
I mean, it was right at its climax.
Just keep talking, and then when you're done, we'll all come back to the table
Okay.
until the story's told.
All right, so there goes Stacy, and there goes Walt. So your lower area, your lower intestine, like I said, is filled up with water. Now it feels like probably the worst stomach ache you've ever had in your life. And you're supposed to hold this in for a minimum of 1 minute, maximum of 5 minutes, I think. In probably 30 seconds, the pain was so excruciating that I was like, fuck this. And I was like, Suzanne, get out. Threw her out of the bathroom because, God forbid she should get sprayed down with projectile diarrhea. But what happens is you jump up and you sit on the bowl and all the water comes out and that's it. You're exactly back to where you were before. This is an extreme case, and you're not supposed to strain, but I was. I thought I was gonna fucking break my teeth. I was straining so hard. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, what do I do now? Do I take the second enema? I couldn't even hold the first one in, so do I take the second one? And decided I'm the kind of person that I don't use toilet paper. I like to use those wet wipes, those baby wipe type things. So I wrap my finger in a baby wipe, and I'm basically going to like, yeah,
Take a break?
yeah. But you're
Oh my God, that was the loneliest thing I've ever seen. You're just back in a store by yourself, just telling stories of your enema to a microphone while everybody else walked away.
Stacy ran off. Walt, I could tell Walt doesn't want to hear it. No, I'm right at the moment of success, where I was saying that But, well, yeah. I mean, I'm alive, dude. I'm telling you, as I was saying earlier, I thought I know you're not supposed to strain because you'll blow out your fucking intestine or something. Yeah. But I was like, fuck it, I'm going to strain. I thought I was going to break my teeth. I was straining so hard. And at a certain point, like I said, I don't really use toilet paper. I use like those wet wipe things. Uh-huh. I got to the point where I was like, fuck it. I wrapped my finger in a wet wipe, just dug it in, and broke it apart. It was like a fucking meteorite. I don't know why it was. Dude, it was unbelievable. And even then, even breaking off little parts, it still was it was probably trying to pass maybe a softball. But I conquered it.
What? You did?
Yeah, I came out on top. Don't worry about that.
Wow. A lot of fingers up your ass in the last calendar year.
I mean, yeah. And it's always it's always under necessity rather than
fun.
No,
He's just gonna blow a job and she slips one in.
Nope, the sexy dominatrix is never there. Yeah. It's always a doctor or I'm by my lonesome.
Wow.
There was a story. The guy went to jail for it. Actually, let me look it up real fast for you, Q. You got to go soon, I guess.
Yeah, probably another 20 minutes. I would,
Okay.
If we're on the road by 1, I guess that'd be fine.
We're done, Walt.
It's all over, Walter.
I'm pretty. Yeah, it was in Florida, of course. Florida has very strange crimes. Yeah. Stace, let's say you meet. You can just nod yes or no. You meet who you believe is your dream man, right? You date him 6 months. Awesome. Nothing beyond the fucking honeymoon stage. You're still like, wow, this is great. I love this guy. I love being around him. And then you find that 5 years ago, maybe this was the crime he committed. This is in Jacksonville. Prosecutors say a Florida man resealed and returned used enemas to pharmacies who resold them to unsuspecting customers. 34-year-old man faced federal charges of tampering with consumer products and faced a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Can you imagine? It's bad enough that you're like, oh my God, I have to use a fucking enema. But then when you fucking buy it and get home, you're like, well, someone's used this already. And what's going through somebody's head? Like, what is that? What is with that person? What happened to them in their lifetime that they're like, here's what I'm going to do? And I have so many questions, man,
I met
for that
this guy in Philadelphia once who told me that he jerked off all over a hot dog that he served to a girl at his barbecue.
Without her knowing?
Yeah. It was like the wife of someone he knows.
That's sick. Like when you see like guys do that like in water bottles or something like at work. Like they'll do it to girls.
Jerked off.
And he told you that?
Yeah.
And what did you say to him?
I was like, that's fucked up. I was like, you fucked up.
And like, why?
I don't know the guy.
Did you ask him why he was
like
telling
at a
you?
bar. We were just all standing around and like
really?
telling his fucked up stories, and he told that, and we were all like, it was a mix between horror and amusement. Because like, what the fuck is wrong with it? Was in the bar that they shot The Last Rocky in, that his son's watching him on TV, and somebody told that story, and I was like, oh my God, you don't know what anybody's up to at any fucking given time.
That's a fucking sick deviant stuff.
Yeah.
Like that person should be in prison. I believe that person should go to jail. Yeah, for real. That's fucking disgusting.
But how do you even jerk off onto a hot dog? Like I guess you're just like, she's gonna eat this. She's gonna eat this.
Yeah, there's something about that's why like there was. I think the story that I saw, the woman started getting sick. Like she was like she got ill, and it was I guess like at one point like before she looked in her water bottle and she saw it like floating around in there. Oh my God, yes,
right.
But I don't know. So you find that out 5 years or 6 months down the road. You're like,
you looking to say something?
Yeah. Do you stay with them or do you break up? You don't stay with them, huh?
Well, what was the question?
If everything, like, she met a guy, Mr. Right, everything's perfect for 6 months, but then she finds out that like 5, 6, 7 years ago, he did this. Like, this is the one crime he ever committed in his life. Does he stay with her? No. Or does she stay with him, rather?
No way.
Huh.
No way. How could you?
Yeah, I know.
Because it's not...
I feel so bad for Stacey. She was so happy.
Imaginary Stacey. All right, what are you looking at over there, Walt? Anything good? Would you
He's totally ignoring us.
Oh, no way. No way. I mean, the topics that we were going to go with now, I'll have to save that, Q.
After the enema? Just don't follow
here's some of the topics we're going to follow that with then.
Right. So we should say that next week is going to be the most boring episode.
Yeah. Okay. It's going to be about weather.
Oh.
Or, how they hear about other people talk about their children.
Yeah.
It's going to be about some stories about that.
I can talk about my cats. Will that work?
No. Well, yes, because people's pets. Nobody wants to hear about that.
Okay.
And maybe a couple of surprise topics that made it onto the list of the poll.
Okay.
That people find. But universally, people think weather, your kids, and your pets. Oh, and your dream.
Oh,
people do not want to hear about your dream.
I thought Max summed it up personally. He's like, unless I'm in it or somebody's having sex, I don't care about it.
Well, we're about to change that, hopefully, maybe.
Or go down in flames. But
yeah, because I refuse to talk. I had stories to tell about, some cute stories to tell about my kids, but I refuse to tell them on this episode after that travesty.
Well, he's just keeping it real, man. He's just telling you what.
Yeah, I hear you. It was good.
Listen, you're not going to get the cast of How I Met Your Mother talking about shit like that. This is real. Well, this is keeping it real.
Yeah, and that's for free. That guy doesn't have to buy anything to hear that Enema story. That fucking complainer.
Yeah. Speaking of that, the 5 voices that we added are gone already.
Oh, my God.
So some point of this weekend, at Tell 'em Steve Dave on Twitter is going to what?
Go ahead, Q.
Is going to release 5 more of those, right?
And then that'll be it. 15 secondary character voices, and that's it. And we only intend to do 5, but it's only because everybody's asking that we're going to release that. So at some point this weekend, go. You better keep an eye on Tell 'em Steve Dave. I will. I'll let you know when those last 5 are dropping, and you can sign up for it if you want to.
And you could coordinate that with producer Stacey Patella.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There you go.
All right. Is that it?
No, you said you had something, right?
Laughing.
Oh no, it was like we were going to entitle next week's episode the most boring episode ever.
Yeah.
Well, so some of the things on this list we may have to do this episode the most boring ever because they were like, I don't want to hear Tell 'em Steve Dave talk any more about Justin Bieber. Please, enough.
Really?
So tell him, Steve Dave.
Yeah. That's crazy. Bizzle for shizzle.
Wow.
The commercials queue.
Yeah, we'll do one commercial.
Commercial
I
for
love
what?
your commercials.
I do love doing the commercials.
I know what it is.
What is it?
Do you have the?
Hulu Plus queue.
Well, I'm gonna do Hulu Plus with Sage, so we'll do
right.
the other one,
Nature Box?
Nature Box.
Yeah.
I don't think it is Nature Box though.
No. I fucking love.
No, it is.
Nature Box.
It's Nature. Yeah, we're waiting for next week to do all.
Okay, it is Nature Box again.
I love Nature Box. I love it. I took that box home, devoured it. And I heard Nature Box against all odds. Quite enjoyed our commercial of last week.
They did. Yeah, I think they got quite a response from everyone.
Yeah. It was good.
NatureBox has to up their game a little bit, though.
Oh, yeah?
Like, evidently, well, the URL is naturebox.com/TESD, but evidently everything has to be in small letters.
So you're saying that's a computer tweak on their part?
Well, yeah, and then we're not getting credit. People are buying all this granola and shit.
You know what I love? Like
wheat prices are going way the fuck up. All the speculators are wondering why. They have no idea.
we're not getting the credit we deserve.
No. We're influencing world markets, Holmes.
It's funny to me what our listeners will latch onto or not latch onto, because we've done good by Hulu Plus. We've done good commercials for them, but the listeners haven't latched on. The amount of times I saw Nature Box on Twitter and on Instagram.
Maybe it's the product.
Could be. Nature Box is a great product.
As we do a Hulu Plus commercial a little bit later. Maybe Hulu Plus just sucks.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
Do you have talking points, Walt, for this Nature Box stuff? You brought the whole box home, right?
I brought the whole box home. I ate just about the whole box. That vanilla granola might be one of the favorite things I've ever eaten in my life.
Do you think I might need to talk to these guys? Because clearly after that Enema tale, I need some more fiber.
Oh, maybe your enemies could be sponsored by Nature Box.
Yeah.
It's a sort of guerrilla marketing.
Well, no. I mean, they wouldn't want to. Like, I'm enema free thanks to Nature Box.
Oh, so maybe your bowel movements would be.
Like, I eat this shit and get so blocked up. I'm constantly in pain.
Hashtag Nature Box.
Wow, let's see. Yeah, there's okay. There's got some nuts here and shit, right?
Hey, does anybody
Nuts-
out there
nuts.
work at fucking Chrysler could explain to me why my Jeep's falling apart after only 5 months?
What happened to it?
Well, I got back from Texas and there was snow covering my car, and I went to wipe off the windshield, and there were cracks in the windshield. Went online and saw that the 2013 Wranglers have an issue with that the windshields are screwed in a certain way that they crack easily.
Right.
And then driving the other day, and smoke starts pouring out of my fucking engine, and I guess one of the belts are loose or something, because it didn't quite catch fire, but it would have if I kept driving.
Right.
And, I've seen enough car fires in my career to know what was going on. And now it's in the shop, and they don't even know when the fuck it's going to get back to me. And the windshield, they're saying, is a chip hit it, which is fucking bullshit.
Well, maybe when somebody was plowing, they plowed it onto your
Yeah, it's parked in the driveway.
Chipotle.
Facing to the house. So the windshield's cracked, and the engine almost caught fire. If anybody out there works for Chrysler and knows why this shit's happening to me,
Well, if it's a recall, it's happened to lots of people, right?
This has got to be a free read for Nature Box right now. Right.
Yeah, this is unreal.
that.
Yeah.
This has got to be a free read.
No.
We're not. They can't.
no, because watch how I turn this around. Like, it used to be that you could buy American-made cars and they would be as good as Nature Box. How's that one?
Which Nature Box is American. They're so American that
Beyond belief.
they're so American that they don't even ship to Canada
Really?
or any other.
Oh, fuck Canada.
Because I think you need special licensing to ship food across border lines?
I think it's that. And I had a 3-way call with our advertiser guy and the guy who owns NatureBox. He says he hates Muslims. He says he will not ship NatureBox to Muslims. So, Mr. Box, what are you talking about?
Why is that?
You're ruling out an entire segment of people that probably would like this shit.
Not on his watch.
No, not on Mr. Box's watch. Absolutely not.
He's not over 9/11.
No. Everything is fancy on here, though. I'm looking at it right now.
Well,
peppery chickpeas Q.
Chickpeas?
Who comes up with this stuff? Do you think they're scientists? Like NatureBox scientists? Like, who else is coming up with a cherry crumble, a mandarin garlic pea? You got 3 different things going on there.
Yeah, this is too good. And they donate meals to people?
Plus, you can get $10 credit by referring a friend. And I think that's 50% off, Walt, right? Do you have your talking points or no?
Yeah, I do.
Like, you really, I knocked you out of the fucking ring. Well, it was like fucking Rocky throwing fucking Hulk Hogan out of the ring fucking with that Enema story.
Yeah, right now, try your first order of NatureBox at 50% off by going to naturebox.com/TESD. That's naturebox.com/TESD.
All small letters, all little letters.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.